mix of things. So the hardware part I will, because I didn't get time, so I will do it next time. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So can you hear it clearly?
Yes, sir. Your voice is audible, sir.
Okay. So the rules when you are given an angiogram to discuss. So what is expected is a near accurate description is what is expected. So nobody expects a full diagnosis at the beginning itself, and avoid jumping to diagnosis. That is very important. So always start describing the image or the angio, and then you will get some points in between. Even if you make a wrong diagnosis, it doesn't matter that much because you have already covered the major points. So that has to be very important. So just shown some angio. Don't say that it is TAPVC. Don't say that it is Alcapa like that. So tell that this is an angio, this view, which is AP or lateral, cranial or caudal. You know how to identify the AP and lateral projections and all. You must be knowing, no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So identify the catheter and the catheter course. Identify the chamber or the vascular structures, and look for clues like calcium, contrast stain, etc. And look for the lever phase. So lever phase is the once the contrast is injected into the one of the chambers, it goes through the pulmonary artery and comes back and shows the other side of the vasculature. So that is a lever phase. So lever phase you have to look for that. So that is how you come to a diagnosis. So basically we use side wall catheters for angiograms. So most commonly used is pigtail, NIH, and the Berman balloon tipped angio catheter. These are the catheters. You can see that in the blue background, that is a Berman angio. How will you differentiate it from a wedge angio?
The balloon will be proximal, sir.
Very good. So the balloon will be proximal. Here the balloon is at the distal tip. So that is how. And Tiger catheter can be used because it has a end hole and a side hole. So it can also be used for left ventricular angiograms. Multi-purpose catheters can be used. All these common catheters which we are using. So the pressure rate settings is typically. So somebody will ask you what is the pressure rating you have kept for the particular angiogram. Okay. So that the unit is, what is the unit? It is PSI. What is PSI? Anybody?
Pressure per square inch.
It is not pressure, it is pounds per square inch. It is pounds per square inch. That is a unit for, you will be seeing the PSI in the angiographic machines. So the technician will be setting the PSI. Usually it is 600 for a 6 French catheter, 900 for a 5 French system, and 1200 for a 4 French system. As the size decreases, you have to increase the PSI. And usually for a ventricle, you inject anywhere between 25 to 40 and at around 10 to 15 ml per second. And if you inject in the aorta, you have to give a little more volume per second. For example, for left ventricle, it is 10 to 15 is okay. But when you are injecting the pulmonary artery or aorta, you give slightly more, 16 to 18, because the flow of contrast will be little faster. That is why. Coronary, you know how to inject around 8 to 10 ml at 4 to 6 ml per second. Usually we set in outside India, when we go to the other cath labs, you can see that they used a mechanical device to inject into coronaries called assist. So in that the technician sets the volume and the PSI. That is usually set at 8 ml for left coronary, around 4 to 6 ml per second, and 6 ml at 3 to 4 ml per second for a right coronary. The 450 PSI is what is kept. So that is basically for a assisted coronary angio. Here we inject manually, but outside there is a injector, pressure injector, which is usually used to the consultant hooks the coronary and the technician continuously inject, changing the views. That is how it is done. Okay, now we will go to some of the angiograms. Okay, so who is going to answer? Not, I think first person should answer. I am not able to see the people, but one person should answer. Somebody should volunteer and answer. Then it will go to the next person. If it is an online meeting, nobody is going to see you. Okay, so attempt one by one. So what is this catheter position? First person. Somebody volunteer, please.
Sir, right-sided
please.
arch, through right-sided aortic arch, it has femoral artery, then aorta, descending aorta, right-sided aortic arch, then ascending aorta, then it has crossed the aortic valve and entered into LV.
What is this catheter?
Looks like a Conard's catheter, sir.
Okay. Why are you sure that it is a aortic catheter? Aorta, where is the aorta usually? This is a normal situs patient. So where is the aorta will be? Aorta will be usually on the left side of the spine, no?
Left side of the spine.
Okay, so where is it here?
So IVC.
IVC.
IVC to
IVC.
IVC to, usually where it will go, usually to IVC to right atrium to
RV.
Right atrium to right ventricle, then PA.
right ventricle. But here what is happening? It's the right side of
So IVC, IVC,
yeah.
IVC, interrupt IVC as like this
Okay, very
continuation to SVC.
SVC, very good. Assay goes. So that is what the IVC is interrupted. So the catheter is going from IVC to the assay goes to SVC, coming back to RA and going to the RV. So that is the catheter position. So always think about it. Think what is the catheter. If it was a pigtail, then what is the pigtail? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. If it was a pigtail, then there was more accuracy in you telling that it is a left-sided catheter and a right. It is a DD. It is a differential diagnosis for this type of a catheter position. But always see what is the catheter. So very unlikely that we will put a straight catheter into the left, into the aorta, into the LV. Very rarely only we will put. And this is not the alignment of the left ventricle, no? Is it the alignment of the aorta and the left ventricle? It is not the alignment. If it is the right arch, it will come like this, and the catheter, the left ventricle will be somewhere here. The track will be like this. It will not be like this. Okay. Can you see my mouse movement?
Yes, sir. We can see.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This is the angiogram of the same patient. Can you see?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So this is coming from the injection is done in the IVC. It goes to the assay goes continuation, coming back to the SVC, going. This is the RA and this is the RV. This is the right ventricle. You can see the right ventricle, and this is the pulmonary artery. Okay. So this is an IVC interruption. So this is together. You can see the catheter position and the angiogram together. Okay. You understood, no? Any doubts in this? Okay, so this is the lateral view. You can see the SVC is anterior and the
No, sir.
azygos is posterior. Why it is called azygos? Why it is called azygos? Why is the name? Are you people there?
Yes,
Hello?
sir.
Yeah, why the name? It means unpaired. Azygos means
Single.
unpaired. Okay. Unpaired. That is why the name azygos. Okay. So then they will ask you what is the reason, what is the embryology behind IVC interruption? It's a failure of the hepatic and the pre-renal segments of the primitive IVC to fuse. Okay. It is a infrahepatic IVC interruption usually. Okay. Hepatic and the pre-renal segments to fuse. That fusion is not happening. That is why this anomaly occurs. Okay. You understood, no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So
Pardon,
if
sir. It is a failure of fusion of which segment, sir?
hepatic and you cannot read the what is written in the slide.
It is blurred, sir. That's why.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now we can see, sir.
Failure of the hepatic and the pre-renal segments.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So can you what is the ECG abnormality associated with IVC interruption? There will be some P wave abnormalities like inverted P in 2,3 AVF and all is possible. So if you see any P wave abnormalities and you are not able to cross into the right atrium, right ventricle, you always suspect a IVC interruption. Okay. So if a patient is having a P wave abnormality, like an inverted P, before doing a catheterization, you have to think about the possibility of an IVC interruption. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what is this? Can somebody identify this? Identify 1, 2, and 3. It's a coronary angiogram, levo phase. Coronary angiogram, levo phase. What are the structures seen?
Coronary sinus.
Very good. What is coronary sinus? Which is the number?
2.
2 is coronary sinus. Okay. What is 3?
Great cardiac vein.
Very good. Great cardiac vein. And what is this structure? This one.
Middle cardiac vein.
Middle cardiac vein. And what is this one? 1.
That is middle cardiac.
No, that is not middle cardiac vein. 1 is not middle cardiac vein. This is middle cardiac vein. Middle cardiac vein accompanies which artery? Middle cardiac
Posterior
vein
descending
accompanies the PDA, posterior descending. Great cardiac vein accompanies which artery?
LAD.
LAD. And what is this? Is the coronary sinus. This is the anteriorly going middle cardiac vein. And this is what is this structure? This is the oblique vein of Marshall. This is the oblique vein of Marshall. Okay. That is an embryologic significance. I will show you. So this is one of our publications where we published in Heart, the journal, British Heart Journal. Okay. And what is this?
LSVC, that is draining into the coronary sinus.
Very good. LSVC drain the injection is done in the left hand.
Left hand.
Okay. And the left SVC is draining to the coronary sinus and draining
Through
to the
oblique vein.
not through oblique vein actually. It is the remnant of the oblique vein. You can say that it is the remnant of the oblique vein is the remnant of what is you are seeing. So this is draining to which chamber? Coronary sinus drains into which chamber?
Right atrium.
Right atrium.
Right. Okay. So
It is training into right atrium.
draining into the right atrium. Okay. This is the a normal heart where there is a vein of Marshall or the ligament of Marshall. This is atretic. Sometimes you can see the oblique vein as you have seen in this patient, which I have shown, and sometimes it persists. This is the persistent left SVC. So it is a part of the left anterior cardinal vein. So it is the anterior cardinal vein which leads to the persistent left SVC. So you have to know that left anterior cardinal vein. Okay. Okay, shall we go to the next set? Okay, somebody should answer.
Yes, sir.
People
Yes.
are there or not? Somebody should answer. Okay.
Yes, sir. I'll answer, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. I am not able to see you people. That is why. Okay. What is this angiogram? Two catheters are there. Which are the catheters? One catheter is coming from where?
One catheter is coming from internal jugular vein to right atrium to right ventricle, sir.
Okay.
The second catheter is the bottom catheter is coming through the IVC, sir.
Ah.
It is interrupted IVC, sir.
Is it interrupted?
Sorry, sir. It's a Budd-Chiari syndrome.
It's a Budd-Chiari syndrome. Okay. So can you explain what is Budd-Chiari syndrome to the other people?
Either thrombus, hepatic vein thrombus, or hepatic venous. It's obstruction at the junction of IVC and hepatic veins entry, sir, into the entry.
Okay. So what?
Their entry into the right ventricle.
Okay. What happens?
There may be thrombus or hepatic vein thrombosis or
Okay, what happens subsequently? What is the consequence?
passive dilatation of IVC, sir.
Yeah, you can see that the IVC is dilated, the hepatic veins are dilated and all. 1 second.
Sir.
Hello? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
This is Budd-Chiari syndrome. And what will we do for this?
We will balloon it and
What is done?
balloon dilatation, sir. Now balloon dilatation is done, sir, followed by stenting.
Yeah, you can do a stenting or you can just do a balloon dilatation also. Okay, this case we have done a balloon dilatation. This patient had multiple surgeries for varicose veins. Okay.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay, so this is Budd-Chiari syndrome, and usually you read about it. What is the pathogenesis? How it is treated? What are the consequences? Patient present with portal hypertension, etc. Okay. Okay, what is this angiogram? Where is first describe the angio. For example, you say that the patient, the angiogram is in AP view. The catheter is coming from the IVC to the right atrium to the right ventricle. Like that, you can see it's a post-operative patient because you are seeing the sternal wires. Okay. Okay, somebody can describe.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, I think the participation is not that good. Otherwise, if you don't answer here, then where are you going to answer? Unless
Hello?
you speak up, no. So
Post-op
answering. Otherwise, anyway, nobody is seeing you. I am not seeing you. I am seeing only your voice. I don't know who you are. Who you are?
Hello?
So please speak up. Otherwise, no, you will not able to answer. When we go for the DIPNB examination, nobody is not trained to answer these questions. That is why they may be knowing, but they are not able to answer. So practice it here.
Good evening, sir.
Noting the points and all. I think you have to get practiced. Otherwise, it will not help. Some of you come up and say, I don't think people will benefit by just sitting and listening. Unless you practice, no? Okay, yeah. Describe the angio.
Hello?
Yeah,
Hello?
please. Please. Yeah.
So good evening, sir. This is angiogram showing a catheter entering from the IVC into the RA-RV,
Very
which
good.
shows a dilate, probably a hand injection, sir, but it shows a dilated RA-RV and opacifying the pulmonary artery. However, we see obliteration of the RV apex. The RV body, the rest of the body, other than the inflow and outflow parts, are not very well seen. It could be a possible endocardial fibroelastosis, sir, or EMF, because of the obliteration of the apex.
Endocardial fibroelastosis is endomyocardial fibrosis.
Endomyocardial fibrosis, because of
So-
the obliteration of the apex possibility.
Okay, it's correct. Okay. So what are the three parts of the right ventricle? Then they will ask you, what are the three parts of the right ventricle?
Inflow, inlet, outlet, and the muscular parts.
Here, which will be obliterated?
So the body, muscular parts, sir.
Muscular part will be, the trabecular part will be obliterated. Okay. Okay. What is that appearance called? This is an LV angiogram. That was an RV. Here it is an LV EMF. So, what is this appearance called? What does it look like? Anybody? It's a clenched
Sir,
fist appearance.
Sir, it's a clenched.
Clenched. Okay. Clenched fist appearance. Okay. Okay. What is this? Yeah, next person. Next person can answer. I think somebody who has not answered can volunteer. I think unless you speak up now, I can go on telling these things, but it will not help. So if you want to gain, I think you have to participate. Otherwise, you know, if I go on lecturing, no, in this type of things, it will not benefit.
It's a RV angiogram, sir.
Okay.
The catheter course is IVC, RA, and RV.
Okay.
A ring is seen at the tricuspid annular level.
Which annular level?
Tricuspid annulus, sir.
Tricuspid annulus. Okay. We'll discuss that. Okay. What is happening to the RV? Is it similar to the previous case?
Yes, sir. Trabeculations are lost, sir. No trabeculations, and apex is not apical part and muscular part is not properly visualized.
Okay. So apical part is probably obliterated.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So you said it is a tricuspid ring.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But you can see the tricuspid valve here, no? See this is the tricuspid valve. You can see the TR, no? This is the tricuspid valve up to here. See, this
Yes,
is the whole
sir.
thing.
Yes, sir.
So then what can be the ring?
I don't know, sir.
Just make a guess. It's an RIO view.
Aortic,
Aortic valve. Aortic
valve. Prosthetic aortic valve.
This usually right ventricular EMF is associated with what other chamber involvement?
Left ventricle,
Which
sir.
chamber is involved in
Left
EMF?
ventricle.
Left ventricle, sir.
So what can be
Left
done?
ventricle.
If this is the ring is in the left ventricle, what can it be?
In mitral annuloplasty might be there, sir.
Mitral and mitral valve. They must have it's a post-operative patient. Now you can see that the internal wire. So this patient might have had a left ventricular EMF for which a LV resection and a mitral annuloplasty would have been done. Okay, it's not the tricuspid ring because you can see the tricuspid valve here. The whole thing is the tricuspid valve. You can see that TR coming up to here. So it is not the tricuspid valve ring. Okay,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
mitral valve.
Yes, sir.
So
It
is the
below the
pulmonary
line.
artery dilated?
Yeah. Somebody was asking something.
Is the pulmonary artery dilated, sir? Or
Yeah, pulmonary artery is not that dilated. This is the pulmonary artery, not that dilated.
okay.
But do you expect pulmonary hypertension in EMF?
No, sir.
Why? RCM EMF is what type of cardiomyopathy?
Restrictive.
Restrictive.
cardiomyopathy.
Restrictive, can they develop pulmonary hypertension?
No, sir.
They can develop, sir.
Okay. So which one, the constriction or restriction, which goes into pulmonary hypertension?
Restrictive.
Restriction.
Restrictive.
Okay. Next person. It's a very typical angiogram. Of a particular condition.
Non-complex.
LV angiogram, non-compaction.
First describe the angiogram, and that is why I told you, you jump into conclusions and make mistakes. Why are you saying it is LV?
It's an RV angiogram, sir.
No, you describe the catheter, which is the view,
Catheter
AP view,
course.
lateral view.
AP view, sir.
AP view.
Catheter
Why it
course.
is AP? Just listen to me. Why it is AP?
Sir, it's an RAO view.
Why RAO view? You are seeing the spinous process on both sides. No?
Spine is seen.
Yeah, spine is seen towards the center.
Right side of the.
Most likely it is an AP view. Maybe a slightly RAO view, but I think it is an AP view only. Okay, where is the catheter coming from?
Coming from IVC to
Femoral vein,
RA to
IVC.
RV, sir.
To RA to RV.
IVC to RA to
RV.
RV. So most likely now when you have a catheter like this, like an NIH or a balloon tipped catheter and all, usually it will be an RV angiogram, most likely. RV angiogram also can be done by pigtail, but left-sided angiograms, LV and all, mostly will be done by a pigtail catheter. That you should understand. That is one of the clues. Not always, but majority of the times. Okay. And you see which chamber is filling subsequently. So in this angiogram, which is the chamber filling subsequently after RV fills? What is filling at the top?
Aorta, sir.
Here, why aorta is going like this perpendicularly?
Pulmonary artery.
Pulmonary artery, it is a branching and it is going to the right pulmonary artery. So that is the clue. Aorta, it would have been gone. See, you are seeing something going, nothing is going into the neck region.
Yes.
Everything is going into the RPA.
Right
So
pulmonary.
it's a right ventricular angiogram. And what is the characteristic feature of this right ventricle?
Stacked coin appearance.
Trabeculations.
Trabeculations. What is the peculiarity of the trabeculations? Is there any particular appearance?
Stacked coin appearance.
Stack of coins.
Stacked coin appearance.
Stack
ARVD.
of coins.
Stack of coin appearance. Stack of coin appearance indicative of
ARVD.
ARV. Very good. So stack of coin. You can see that this looks like a stack of coin appearance. You can see that stack of coin appearance in ARV. Okay. Then the pattern. What is the genetics? What is the risk of ARVD? How will you treat it? All those things you have to read. Okay. Okay, next person, can somebody answer this? Yeah, please.
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Sir,
it was an LAO view.
Yeah, go ahead.
LAO view with
LAO.
a pigtail catheter
Very good.
through femoral artery, descending aorta, arch of aorta, going to ascending aorta into LV.
Very good. Yeah.
This is a posteriorly placed ventricle. Then we can also see a coronary artery arising from the right coronary artery arising from the ascending aorta.
Okay.
Then there is a device seen, sir. It's probably a muscular post closure of a muscular VSD.
Muscular VSD. Okay. Why do you say muscular VSD?
But it's in the it's away from the aortic cusp, sir.
First of all, the location
Very
is a muscular VSD. Location is away from the
Okay.
subaortic region, and the device it looks like a muscular VSD device.
Muscular
Okay.
VSD. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is there it is fully closed or there is some residual flow?
Residual flows.
Some residual flow is there. Will you accept this residual flow or you?
Yes, sir. I think we should accept. Acceptable.
So if it is this flow, what can it lead to this particular flow?
Hemolysis is possible with this respective flow.
Hemolysis can happen rarely because it is a high velocity jet. It can go through the
Yes,
device,
sir.
but most likely this will close up. Okay. Next person, what is this? Yeah, come on. If you come fast, we can answer. Otherwise, there are we have to stop at a particular time, no?
LV
Sir,
and
again
sir,
and
lateral view.
Yeah, LV angiogram,
Lateral view, sir.
not lateral.
Tail catheter.
Yeah, tail catheter on the LV. LV angiogram in the LV.
It's a relatively smooth contour, the well contracting LV.
Very good. But even if you don't know anything, no, you just if you go on telling.
There is a small perimembranous VSD, sir.
Very good. It's a small perimembranous VSD. This region, shunting. Is it a big shunt or a small shunt?
The small shunt only, sir. It is not able to well opacify the RV.
Okay, very good. So what will you do?
Device closure.
You can do a device closure if the shunt is okay or patient had. What are the indications for a closing a small VSD?
AR.
AR, okay.
At risk of infective endocarditis.
Endocarditis, okay. And yeah, okay. So what are the problems of VSD device closure in perimembranous region?
AV blocks.
AV blocks. Okay. Okay, these are the different types of devices. You should know these things. This is the ASD device where the left atrial disc is bigger. Okay. But a PFO device, which device will be bigger? The RA disc will be bigger. Okay. This is a muscular VSD device which we have already seen. This is which is this device? ADO. What is ADO?
PDO,
This is the
ductus
PDO.
occluder.
Ambulatory ductal occluder 1. This is the AVP2, Ambulatory vascular plug 2, AVP3, and this is the ADO 2, Ambulatory ductal occluder 2. So these are all different types of. What is this? This made of? These devices.
Nitinol mesh.
Nitinol.
What is nitinol?
Nickel with titanium, sir.
What is NOL?
Titan.
Nickel titanium NiTi. What is NOL? NOL is National Ordnance Laboratory. There is a story behind that. Because of the lack of time, I am not going to those details. Why that NOL came? It was described. It was found out in this particular property was found out in the National Ordnance Laboratory in US. That is why that nitinol has come. Okay. So these are the different angiographic projections. We will discuss that when you see particular angiograms. Okay. Next person, can you discuss this angio? Where is the catheter? Yeah, come on.
Left pulmonary artery.
Left pulmonary artery.
It's
Okay.
a LAO view, post-op status.
Very good. Very good.
Pictal angiogram, catheter courses from IVC to RA to RV to pulmonary artery to left pulmonary artery.
Very good.
And Levo phase showing the pulmonary veins running the left atrium, which is and there is interatrial communication.
Excellent.
So the left atrium is running in the right atrium.
Very good. So this is what. So you can see that what I said, everything he has said correctly. You can see that IVC to RA to RV to PA. Levo phase in the venous phase, you can see that catheter fills the left atrium, and in the levo phase, you can see that once it is filled, LA fills, and from LA there is a small gap here, and it fills the RA. So LA of 40-40 view. The hepatoclavicular view is used to profile the interatrial septum. Okay, you understood, no? Everyone understood the concept?
Yes, sir.
Can you repeat,
sir?
So this is a catheter in the pulmonary artery. We inject the contrast, wait for 2-3 cardiac cycles for the levo phase to occur. It goes through the capillary phase and come back to the left atrium. And once the left atrium fills, it shunts the blood RA through the ASD. That is how we usually visualize it, because we cannot enter directly a left atrium, no? So this is how we enter, because sinus venosus ASD and all, we may not be able to directly enter. So to visualize ASD in such situations, we can use this angiogram. So LA 40-40 view, hepatoclavicular view, you can see the shunt. This point, can you see that shunt? There is some blood shunting in the levo phase from the LA to the RA. Can you see now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So this is the levo phase angiogram. Yeah. Any doubts you can ask?
Yes, sir. The type of ASD, what you told, sir?
I didn't get you. What is the question?
Sir, you told this is for sinus venosus ASD, sir.
No, other ASDs we can easily enter. No, we can easily enter.
Yeah.
Sinus venosus
Yes,
ASDs, because we may not be able to enter always. It is difficult to enter the sinus. There are techniques to enter, but it is usually difficult. In such situations, we can. It's usually not done because of the availability of transesophageal echo, but this is done for a particular reason, because there was no. It was not clear in the echoes. That is why this angio was done.
Oh, okay, sir.
40 view use images similar to a 4-chamber view on echo. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Can somebody?
Sir, I'll attempt.
Yeah, please.
Sir, this is a AP view, sir.
Yeah. This is catheter.
Catheter is end-hole catheter, sir.
End-hole. End-hole only. What additional thing is there?
It's a balloon tip catheter, sir.
Balloon.
Balloon angio, Berman balloon angio. No, not balloon. Yeah. Okay. It's not end-hole.
Yes, sir. Balloon tip Berman catheter, sir.
Not end-hole.
And the core. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Course of the catheter is IVC, RA, RV, then pulmonary artery, sir.
Okay.
And specifically left pulmonary artery.
Okay.
Going into one branch, sir, where it is occluded, sir. The distal balloon is occluded, and the angiogram is done, sir. So basically, this is a pulmonary artery angiogram.
Okay. What's happening subsequently?
Yes, sir. The filling.
Got the angiogram now. So what is happening subsequently?
Sir, it is filling the Subsequent.
The LEVO phase, what is happening?
It's filling the aorta and the LV, sir.
No, now what
No,
is
pulmonary vein.
Okay.
Sir, it is anomalous left pulmonary venous return, sir. So left
Okay.
anomalous pulmonary venous return
You can see
joining
the LEVO phase. In the LEVO phase, this is we have injected in the pulmonary artery, it has gone to the capillaries, just come back into the pulmonary veins. So you are seeing the pulmonary veins. But a pulmonary vein usually will drain into the left atrium, which is somewhere here. But it is not draining there, it is going where? This is
into the RA, sir.
vertical vein.
vertical vein
Vertical vein.
going to
And
the
draining into
Innominate.
Innominate
Draining
is
to the
RA.
RA. You understood, no?
Yeah,
The
yes, sir.
LEVO phase, and
Yes, sir. Yes.
now we see it again. Okay, you understood, no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So
But the same patient, the angio is on the right side.
it's a normal
Pulmonary venous return here is to LA, sir. Normal
LA.
connection.
The pulmonary venous return is to the LA only. You can see this is the pulmonary vein forming the LA. You can see this is the LA, LV. Again, it is filling the aorta and the descending aorta. Okay. So what is the same patient? So what is the diagnosis?
PAPVC. Partial
PAPVC.
anomalous.
PAPVC means one side is not total anomalous, no? Left side is
Partial anomalous.
partial anomalous. So some other better word?
Hemi-anomalous.
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 Which is the commonest anomalous pulmonary vein?
Right pulmonary vein.
Right upper.
Right up. The second commonest.
Left pulmonary vein.
Left upper.
So in
Right upper. The left upper are the two common. Left upper is much less common, but that is the second commonest after the right upper. So this is the hemi-anomalous. The whole of the left side is anomalously draining. Okay. So you understood the concept, no?
yes, sir.
Okay. Describe this angiogram.
LV angio, sir, showing pictile in LV
Okay.
and less trabeculated. There is apical ballooning, sir.
Which are the segments? Can you identify the segments? Which are the 6 segments of the LV? Which is this segment? This segment.
Anterior, sir.
Not anterior. There is a
No.
Anterior basal.
Basal anterior.
this is androbasal. This
Base.
is postrobasal. This is which is this segment?
Yes.
Androlateral. Okay. This is apical. This is which is this segment? I think that is very
IVS.
basic. Diaphragmatic.
Yeah, IVS.
Diaphragmatic. So postrobasal, androbasal, androlateral, apical, diaphragmatic. These are the segments of the. This is which view? Which view is this?
Cranial.
Not cranial. The angiogram taken RAO 30 degree. RAO 30 degree, no cranial. Usually taken in RAO 30 degree is for the left ventricular angiograms usually. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so what is the finding? There is a basal segments are contracting normally or abnormally?
Hypercontractile.
Hypercontractile. Apical
Hypercontractile.
ballooning is
Or
there.
normally contracting, but the apex is.
Hypo
Not contract.
and ballooning out.
So is it an acute thing or a chronic thing?
Acute, sir, Takotsubo.
acute.
Acute.
Why do you say acute? The trabeculations are all gone, no? So it must be a chronic one. It may not be acute. Takotsubo will look like this, but this may be a chronic one because you have lost the trabeculations. Takotsubo, the trabeculations will not be lost that early. But Takotsubo is an acute condition, no?
Yes, sir.
So what is this?
LV apical aneurysm.
Yeah, LV apical aneurysm. That you can say. Oh, Takotsubo is on good differential diagnosis. You can always say that. Okay, what is this?
Sir, coronary camera
There is a catheter.
AP projection.
AP projection.
Sir, AP projection with a catheter coming from femoral artery into the aorta. There is a serpiginous large tunnel like structure which is opacifying after aortic injection immediately the RA. So probably an aorto RA tunnels.
Okay, possible. What is seen here?
RC.
Native RC.
So native RCA is seen. So is it arising somewhere from the near the RCA? You can see the RCA. So proximal part of the RCA is
Aneurysmal.
dilated. And
Aneurysm.
it's a coronary.
Coronary cameral fistula.
Coronary arteriovenous fistula. Coronary arteriovenous fistula, which is where is this draining?
RV.
Then probably to the RA-RV junction. Okay, what will you do for this?
Vascular plug, sir.
Not vascular plug. What is this device?
ADO.
ADO.
It's a ductal occluder, usual ductal occluder.
Ductal occluder.
Okay. Okay. So how do you identify ductal occluder? The distal disc is?
Single retention disc is ADO1, sir.
Yeah, this is ADO.
Two retention disc, then ADO2.
Yeah, very good. This is ADO1. Okay, what is this? Which view is this? Which view?
LA lateral view, sir.
Lateral view, because you are seeing the sternum and the spine.
Sternum and vertebra.
Angiogram. Okay.
Pigtail catheter coursing from descending aorta, arch of aorta into ascending aorta.
Okay.
And the aortic injection opacifies the anteriorly placed chamber, probably RV. So that is the coronary sinus injection. So indicating RSO, ruptured sinus of valsalva.
Coronary sinus injection.
Aortic
sinus. Okay.
Aortic sinus. Yeah. Sorry. Aortic sinus injection.
Okay. And what is what can it be?
RSO is ruptured sinus of valsalva to RV.
Okay. What are the other possibilities?
Aortic RV tunnels.
Aorto tunnels or aorto RV tunnel.
To RV tunnel, or what we have just seen now.
Cameral fistula.
Coronary cameral fistula.
That also is possible. We are not seeing what is exactly happening there.
Not seeing.
That is also possible. So three possibilities: aorta RV tunnel, coronary cameral fistula, and then RSO. Okay. So RSO, which are the commonest sites?
RV is the most common site, sir, then RA.
Yeah, with sinus. That is what is seen.
Right coronary.
RV will be right coronary sinus, sir. To RA it will be non-coronary sinus.
Yeah, possible. Yeah, the left coronary sinus, it is very unlikely to happen. Rupture is unlikely to happen in the left coronary sinus.
Yeah.
Okay, but you find out the embryological reason for that, why it is not happening in the left coronary sinus.
Okay.
So 80 to 85% of the cases it is in the right sinus, non-coronary 5 to 15, and rarely from the left sinus, as the left coronary cusp embryologically is not derived from the bulbar septum. That is the reason. Okay. Okay, what is this? Very classical angiogram. No, describe. The same voice I am hearing. Other people, you give chances to other people. I am hearing the same person, I think. Same voice. Describe the angiogram.
Sir, RCA catheter, sir. RCA catheter using which right coronary angiogram was performed, sir.
Okay.
So RCA is filling, and then through collaterals, left side system is filling, and the left sided arterial system is entering into the pulmonary artery, sir.
Okay. You can see clearly the pulmonary artery is filling, RPA is filling, LPA is filling. You can see towards, okay, these are the collaterals. You can see, clearly the pulmonary artery is filling. Okay. So classical L-cup. Next person. Those who have not answered can attempt.
Sir, it is a pictal catheter from descending aorta to ascending aorta.
Okay.
And there is connection between ascending aorta and pulmonary arteries filling. So there is a possibility of AP window is there.
Possibility of AP window. Okay. When aortic root injection fills the pulmonary artery, what are the possibilities?
Sir, one is AP window.
Commonest is which one?
PDA.
PDA. Second is?
AP window.
Third is?
Truncus arteriosus.
Truncus. So how will you differentiate truncus from AP window? Truncus will have a
separate
valve. Single trunk.
Single valve will be present in truncus.
Here you can see two trunks separately, no? Here you can see the aortic trunk and the pulmonary trunk separately. And there is a connection. Truncus is a single trunk from where the pulmonary artery originates. Okay. You understood, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so this is the defect. Okay.
AP window. Type.
There are three types. There's no need to go to those details. There are three types of AP window. Okay. What is done?
Device closure for AP window.
Okay. This is a ADO1 device.
ADO1.
ADO1. Okay. Okay. What is this?
Truncus.
Truncus arteriosus.
Now you are seeing the single trunk, no? There is no separate two valves. You have a single valve which is filling both the aorta and the pulmonary artery. So this is the aorta is coming and the pulmonary artery is here. Okay. Two separate. There is no separate trunks. Both are from the single trunk. So that's the trunks. Okay. Now you understood the things, no? Okay. What is this? It's a little difficult actually. Yeah.
Persian helmet.
Where is a catheter?
Pulmonary artery, sir.
Pulmonary artery, sir.
Which pulmonary artery?
Left pulmonary.
Left pulmonary artery.
Left pulmonary artery.
Where is the right pulmonary artery?
Is arising from ascending out. In the
artery
the left
from
pulmonary
ascending
artery. See, this is only the left pulmonary artery filling. You are not seeing anything in the right pulmonary artery. Okay, so this is from the IVC to RA. This is the left pulmonary artery. So what is happening in the levo phase? It fills the
LV
It's the
aorta,
LA,
sir. Aorta
LV,
is
and
LA,
aorta,
right
then
pulmonary.
right pulmonary artery.
and then now the right pulmonary artery is filling from the aorta.
Hemitrunk.
So what is this condition called?
Hemitrunkus.
Hemitrunkus. So this is hemitrunkus.
Previously it was called hemitrunkus, sir, but now hemitrunkus was removed and it was called as anomalous origin of RPA.
Yeah, that is okay. Yeah, but this is conceptually this is hemitrunkus because you have a separate origin of the both pulmonary arteries. One is from the pulmonary artery trunk, the other is directly arising from the aorta. Okay, what is this? Discuss.
Interrupted aortic arch.
Interrupted aortic arch. Aortic arch is seen. Well, see the catheter is coming from there, good arch is there.
Sir, it's
So arch what is the link?
PDA, sir.
Arch.
PDA.
Okay. Is
Arch
this a
angio with CD.
arch angio?
Pulmonary atresia, sir.
Pulmonary atresia. Okay. Pulmonary atresia. Okay. So this is the ductus coming the RPA, LPA, and this is the main pulmonary artery. So main pulmonary artery is atretic.
Which is atretic.
So this is a, what is this? Pulmonary?
Pulmonary atresia that depends on pulmonary filtration.
Position of the ductus, usually the ductus will be vertical ductus. The ductus will be vertical. Okay, it is directly arising from the below the aortic root. Okay. Okay, what are the identify these three structures?
Star Edwards.
Ball and cage. Ball and cage. Bileaflet.
Ball and cage. Prosthetic.
Ball and cage
Ball
valve.
and cage at aortic valve position. Bileafleted
At
mitral valve.
aortic put.
And C ring in the tricuspid.
C ring the tricuspid.
Okay, which is the aortic position?
The ball and cage valve.
The ball and cage valve.
Bileaflet in aortic position, sir.
Aortic. It has got 4 cages.
Okay, so which is the direction of the ball on cage valve?
What shall we?
Say aorta or LV? LALV?
LALV.
LALV.
It's in the mitral valve position.
Is the movement of the valve is okay or there is some problem?
The rocking process.
The rocking. This is the rocking movement of the valve. Okay. There is some rocking movement of the ball and cage valve. This is the bileaflet valve, and this is the tricuspid valve ring, which is seen. Okay. What is this?
This is a mitral position, ball and cage.
Okay.
Sir, severe paravalvular leak is there.
Yes.
I don't know whether it is severe, but there is a significant paravalvular leak. So you can
Leak.
see it is filling the. This is the jet. You can see the jet which is filling the left atrium.
Okay.
The lateral view. The lateral view showing the ball. There is a paravalvular leak. Okay. Okay. Shall we stop for 5 minutes?
Sir, according to you, sir, whatever you.
We'll break for 5 minutes and we'll come back at 6:05. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
I have a lot of angiograms.
Yes, sir. You can continue, sir. We'll
I will
for 5 minutes, sir.
take 5 minutes break. This is not good to stand up and have a short walk and come back. It's not good for health.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. So
Yes.
yeah, you must have seen this angio. What is this?
BPV, sir.
BPV. Why do you say pulmonary? This is the spine.
PAV.
The catheter coming from?
Balloon.
BAV.
Aorta. Coming from the aorta, no? Aorta to the?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Balloon aortic valve.
Balloon aortic valve. Okay. What is this catheter?
TPI support, sir.
It is a pacing catheter, sir. Kept in RV.
Why TPA is put?
It is a transvenous pacing catheter, sir. Kept in RV while we are doing balloon aortic valve, it will rapidly pace the RV.
For what?
For
So that the
overdrive
balloon
phase,
doesn't-
the balloon will slip away during the ejection phase.
Okay.
To decrease the cardiac output.
To decrease the cardiac
Decrease the stroke volume.
Once the balloon is inflated, because of the volume in the LV, it will be pushed out. So to reduce the cardiac output, we pace the heart at a rate of around 180 beats per minute, so that the blood pressure will come down and the balloon will stay there. Two things can happen: either the balloon can push out and can damage the valve also. So it can tear the valve and can damage the valve apparatus. So to prevent that, we pace. Both in BPV and BAV, we do the pacing. What is this one?
Balloon pulmonary valvatum, sir.
Balloon pulmonary valve. Can you see the waist here? That's a waist which gives way. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So what is the balloon size chosen for the aortic valve and pulmonary valve? What is it based on?
120% pulmonary.
Based on annulus.
Based on the annulus. We measure the annulus by angiogram or by echocardiography. For aortic valve, what is the ratio of the balloon to the annulus?
0.9 to 1.
0.9.
0.9 to
1.
For pulmonary?
1.2.
1.2 to 1.4. Even you can go up to 1.4. 1.2 to 1.4 is the pulmonary artery balloon choosing criteria. Okay. Here also we will pace. Okay, what is this? Where is the catheter? Yeah, discuss. It's not a it is an easy one, no? IVC. No, discuss the angiogram. You know, everybody
So
knows
it's
that.
AP view, sir.
AP view.
Catheter course IVC to RA to RA to RV to pulmonary artery, right pulmonary artery. So wedge injection.
It's a left pulmonary artery.
Sorry, left pulmonary artery. Wedge
Okay.
injection, sir.
It's not a wedge injection, no. It's not a wedge injection. It's a usual pulmonary artery injection. What is happening? Usually the pulmonary artery injection, it will take time to go to the
Pulmonary vein. Here there is arteriovenous malformation.
here it is immediately. Usually it takes 3
Filling the
cycles.
pulmonary vein.
Here, within the second cycle, it is filling the left atrium. So what is it?
Pulmonary AV malformation.
Pulmonary AV fistula. So multiple small pulmonary AV fistulas. Okay, what is this structure? What is filling? What is this small thing which is filling here? Something is filling here. No, just what is this? Where my pointer is? The liver phase. What is this?
LA appendage.
LA appendage. That is the left atrial appendage. You can see the particular shape of the left atrial appendage. Okay. So the pulmonary arteriovenous malformation. Okay, what is this? The child. There are two abnormalities in this.
It's aortic root
Unless
angiogram, sir, showing supravalvular
Coarctation is there.
coarctation of aorta.
Okay, coarctation is there. What else is there? What is seen in the aortic valve?
Bicuspid aortic valve, negative shadow.
Negative shadow. It's a doming aortic valve.
Doming aortic valve with negative shadow,
So,
that is called Persian helmet sign.
yeah, so this is a bicuspid aortic valve, aortic stenosis, and a coarctation which is commonly associated. Okay. What is this one? It's a post-operative patient. Where is the catheter? Where is the catheter coming from?
IJV
jugular
and jugular
SVC.
from internal jugular vein into SVC.
Okay.
So post Glenn shunting.
Post Glenn. What is the difference
Bilateral
between the
bidirectional gland. Bilateral gland it is.
Bilateral Glenn. Bilateral bidirectional Glenn.
bilateral BD? Bilateral. Okay. So both the left side and the right
Right side.
are connected to the
Pulmonary artery.
So it's a bilateral BD. Okay, what is this?
Right aortic arch.
Right aortic arch. Very good. Okay. Right aortic arch are different types, no? What is this right aortic arch type?
Mirror
Is
image.
it the association of the right aortic arch which congenital heart disease?
Type 2 mirror image.
Truncus arteriosus.
Type 1 is
pulmonary
mirror
artery.
imaging. Type 1 is mirror imaging. Type 2 is what? What is mirror imaging? Tell me. What is mirror imaging?
The first
Arch
branch
versus
will
the
be
reverted,
brachiocephalic artery.
First branch will be the which brachiocephalic?
Left.
Left side
left
brachiocephalic.
Left brachiocephalic. Okay.
Left common and left subclavian.
Okay. Here what is happening?
Here there is right brachiocephalic artery. First branch is left subclavian.
Where is the left subclavian? Left subclavian. When is the left subclavian filling?
Filling later, sir.
Yes,
Later,
left
it is filling
subclavian
later.
later from the
Descending aorta.
descending aorta, and there is a outpouching at the origin of the left subclavian. What is that called?
Camerals diverticulum.
Camerals diverticulum.
Camerals diverticulum. Okay, that is the type 2 or type 2 right aortic arch. And what is this associated with? The boy has
Vascular ring.
The boy has
Vascular ring.
The boy has difficulty in swallowing meatballs. Then
Yes, sir.
yeah, so typical
Vascular.
vascular ring, which can
Yes,
produce esophageal obstruction also. That is the Camerals
Yes.
type 2 aortic arch. So, which is the commonest association? That is what I was asking. Which is the congenital heart disease with the mostly associated with the right aortic arch?
Pulmonary
arteries with intact. Truncus arteriosus.
Yeah, pulmonary atresia with the intact IVS.
Truncus arteriosus.
Truncus, then tetralogy. Okay.
Tetralogy.
Okay. What is this? Yeah, I will skip. Okay, so shall we go to the next set?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So tell me when to stop.
Sir, it's
Yes,
on
sir.
you,
Yes.
sir.
You can continue.
Okay. What is this angiogram? Is that? What is the difficulty? Is the right coronary injection, no?
Yes, sir. LMC originating from right coronary.
Right coronary injection. What is happening?
Sir,
It is filling the left
system.
What is filling here?
Left circumflex.
Left circumflex is filling, and what is happening here? This point. The catheter is, the contrast is reflexing into the
Sinus.
Aortic root.
reflexing into the aortic root or the aortic sinus. Okay. This is the left injection. This is the same patient's left injection. So what is abnormality?
So this is a lateral view.
No, this is not lateral view, this is an iliocranial view. This is the left injection, same patient.
Sir, LPD stenosis, sir. Left PD stenosis.
No left PD stenosis. Where?
That is
Just
filling
filling
from
from
the RCA.
High origin of R, sir.
What we are seeing is the right coronary is filling the left. Okay. But usually when one coronary fills, when the other is having some form of occlusion. But here there is no occlusion. So it is filling the aortic sinus also. Here the left is absolutely normal. There is no lesion.
High
So why
origin.
the right? What is this
High
anomaly?
Okay.
What is that?
Anomalously high origin of RC.
Why high origin something one coronary should fill the other thing? There is no high origin. Origin angle is normal. Catheter has gone deep inside. There is no high origin. See, this is the origin of the left coronary. This is the origin of the right coronary. This is absolutely okay.
Okay.
So this is something what is a rare anomaly called the intercoronary collateral. Okay, or coronary cascade. So the difference between the usual collateral is that this connection has all the three layers, like the adventitia media and intima. It's usually more than 1 millimeter large vessel, straight and extramural. Okay. So that is the difference between the. So this is the So here it is a right coronary to circumflex communication. Sometimes it can be both sides. It can fill from the left injection, can fill the right side. Right injection can fill the left side. But here it is only a one-way communication. Now I will show it to you again. So even though there is no stenosis, this is a congenital anomaly where one coronary fills the other one. Okay. So this patient, if he develops a lesion somewhere, he is protected because the one coronary will fill the other one. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. If you want more angiograms, I can go. These are all this spot test kept in the exam. These are all cases taken from people who come as examiners. So these are all representative images taken from them. So it will be useful. If you want more angiograms, I can show that also.
Sir, this is a muscle bridge, sir.
The muscle bridge, because I am saying it is a stenosis.
Sir, no, sir. According to the ECG, we can see during the systole, the vessels are constricted, but during the diastolic period, on the left side, the vessel is not constricted.
And also the OCT shows either showing any
Attenuation. Attenuation is not low. Otherwise, there will be low attenuation, high attenuation. Sorry, in a lipid.
So there is the diastole, there is no stenosis. In the systole, there is a stenosis. Myocardial bridge. Okay. What is this?
LMCA aneurysm.
LMCA aneurysm.
LMCA aneurysm. So what is aneurysm? What is ectasia?
Sir, more than 3 millimeter dilatation is aneurysm. Less than 3 is ectasia.
Not like it's not like that.
Greater than 1.5 times the vessel diameter.
If there is a dilatation,
If the length of
more than 1.5 times the diameter of the vessel, then it is an ectasia. A localized ectasia is called an aneurysm. Okay. So this is the pre and post. What has been done? It's an aneurysm post. Something is done.
covered stent.
Cover stent.
Covered stent. So covered stent is put to close the aneurysm. Okay. So this is a difference between a coronary ectasia and an aneurysm. Ectasia is 1.5 times the diameter of the vessel. Okay. So if it is ectasia is more than 50% of the when we call ectasia when the vessel involved is more than 50% of the length of the vessel. If the length of the vessel is less than that, less than 50%, we call it an aneurysm. Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so in children we have different criteria and I am not going to that. So what is saccular and fusiform aneurysm? When the length is more than the transverse diameter, it is a fusiform aneurysm. When the transverse diameter is more, it is called a saccular aneurysm. Okay. This you should know how to differentiate between an ectasia and an aneurysm, and a fusiform aneurysm and a saccular aneurysm. Okay, depends on the transverse diameter is the saccular one. Okay. Then there are true and false aneurysms. What is the difference between true and false? True means you have all the 3 layers of the vessel. False means it is a loss of the vessel wall integrity, and only one layer of the vessel wall will be bulging. Okay, for example, a blunt chest trauma or catheter interventions like that, you have pseudoaneurysms. Then coronary ectasia classification you should know by Marquis. Then there are some named intercoronary collaterals. You have heard about the circle of Vucens, etc.
No, sir.
Okay, there are 2 named collaterals called circle of Vucens and the Kugel's artery. Okay, so this is the picture showing that. So this is the conus. This is the view from the top. This is the left atrium. This is the aortic sinus.
Yeah.
And one is the
4 ml per hour you start.
Vucens arterial ring.
Yeah,
2 is called the Kugel's is the retroaortic ring is the Kugel's. Okay, so this is the anterior one is the Vucens and the posterior one is the Kugel's artery. The Kugel's connect the circumflex and the RCA. The Vucens ring connects the LAD and the RCA corner through the conal region. So these things you should know. 2 named ring, the Vucens ring and the Kugel's anastomotic ring. These 2 things you should understood, no? This picture is available in none of the journals or textbooks. Somebody was telling about the LV angiograms. Okay, so these are the segments of the left ventricle. Okay, somebody was telling it wrongly, no? Androbasal, posterobasal, androlateral, apical and diaphragmatic. This is the RAO view. Understood, no?
Yes, sir. Yes.
This is a very basic thing. You should not make mistake in this. Okay, the segments you have to identify correctly. And in lateral view, which are the segments? Lateral view, you have the septal and the lateral segments. Septum and the lateral. So this is the LAD territory. This is the circumflex territory. Here it is the LAD territory and the RCA territory. Okay, this is the difference between the LAO and the RAO views. Hope you understood. Now you should have a clear idea of the segments in the both LAO view and the RAO view. Okay. Okay, clear, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. So this we have already seen once. This apical aneurysm like thing. So what is happening here? There is a dysynchrony. You can see that when the lateral wall contracts, the septum is not contracting. This is what is called dysynchrony. This is corrected by dysynchrony is connected by what?
CRT.
CRT. So then the regional indices. So how will you define the regional wall motion? What is normal? What is hypokinetic? What is ekinetic, dyskinetic, and aneurysmal? These things you should know. What is what? So now
Thickening is.
Yeah. Tell me.
Thickening is less than 10% is echinacea, and thickening is less than 30% is hypokinesia.
Yeah. Less than 30% wall thickening in systole is hypokinesia. Ekinetic is no inward movement. Dyskinetic is out of phase, 180 degrees, out of phase. Aneurysmal is thinned and bulging outwards. These are the standard definitions of this wall motion abnormality. This you should know. What is hypokinesia? Is less than 30% thickening, wall thickening in systole. Okay. Okay, this you should know. Okay, everybody has noted down, no?
The
Yes,
previous
sir.
slide, sir.
Yes, sir.
That is okay. That is normal scoring. That is okay. That is not very important. I think this you should.
Yeah. Yes.
This is the Takotsubo. Okay. Very hypercontractile basal segments and the ballooned out distal segments. Then you should know about the mitral regurgitation grades. Okay. Who graded mitral regurgitation is written there. Seller's grading. So what is that? How will you grade mitral regurgitation? What is this grade of mitral regurgitation?
Sir, LA is opacified more than LV, grade 4.
And what else is filling? What is this?
And pulmonary veins.
This one.
Pulmonary veins.
Left atrial
Appendage. Appendage.
Yeah, appendage. Is it normal or dilated?
Slightly dilated.
Not slightly, it is significantly dilated left atrial appendage, and the LA is dilated. And what is filling or reflexing here?
Pulmonary veins.
Pulmonary veins. Reflexing into the pulmonary veins. LA is more opacified than LV. The LA is dilated. The LA appendage is dilated and filling. So it is a what grade of mitral regurgitation?
Grade 4.
Grade 4 mitral regurgitation. Okay. So this is how you should grade. Okay, what is this? Where is the which view is this?
RA was a ballerina foot deformity, sir.
Ballerina foot. In which condition?
HOCM, sir.
HOCM.
HOCM, sir.
HOCM. What is this then?
Mid cavity of
AV canal.
AV canal. Okay.
Submitral aneurysm.
AV.
Somebody said submitral aneurysm. Now discuss the angiogram. This is submitral aneurysm, that is different, but you discuss the angiogram because you will not get any points if you tell all these things. Ballerina foot. The angiogram first. First, if I am given this angiogram, I expect as an exam you to say like this. This is an angiogram in RAO view. The catheter is pigtail catheter is coming from the descending aorta into the left ventricle. The left ventricle, the posterobasal segment, there is an aneurysm. It is bulging out. There is significant mitral regurgitation as evidenced by filling of the LA more than the LV. There is filling of the LA appendage and also reflection into the pulmonary veins. You tell these things, you will get the points. Even if you don't say it is submitral aneurysm, you will not lose anything. So that is what I said. You discuss the angiogram and then you will get the points. Even if you don't miss the submitral at your level, if you miss the submitral aneurysm, nobody will say anything. But if you don't tell these things, okay. To diagnose, nobody expects you to surrender. People will feel so I think that somebody told you that. Okay, this is submitral aneurysm. What is submitral aneurysm? In tropics or in okay. Anyway, read about submitral aneurysm. So these are the segments which I have already discussed. I am not going to those details. Okay. In this patient.
Slide not changed.
Hello.
Sir, slide has not changed, sir. Sir, some network is poor, sir.
Voice was also breaking.
Okay, I will see.
Yes, sir. Yes.
One second, I will connect to another network. Here, if I am given this angio, I will tell that this is an angio in the RAO view. The catheter is coming from the ascending aorta into the LV pigtail catheter. The LV segments are all contracting well except the posterobasal segment, which is aneurysmal. The left atrium is filling more than the left ventricle. Left atrial appendage is filling. Pulmonary veins are filling. It indicates a severe mitral regurgitation. So there is a posterobasal aneurysm. Most likely it can be submitral aneurysm. This is how you should discuss an angiogram. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Don't jump into diagnosis. You will say ballerina foot, you will say submitral aneurysm, and it may not be right. Okay, so you discuss the angiogram in detail, you will get the points you deserve. Okay, telling a diagnosis and then correcting it will be more troublesome. Okay, so discuss the angiogram first and then go into a diagnosis. Even if a diagnosis is wrong, you tell all these things and you say submitral aneurysm. You don't say submitral aneurysm, there is nothing happened. You will say that there is an aneurysm. Okay, he has said an aneurysm, so that is fine. So you have got the pass marks.
Okay.
So what is this? Can you see the angio now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are able to see, sir.
Okay. Now what can you describe this angiogram? You have to tell me the etiology of this patient. Yeah, come on.
LV angiogram, sir, performed with peptile catheter in LV cavity.
Very good. Okay.
He's a post-op case, sir. Mitral valve replacement done with Starr Edwards valve. The valve in the cage is not seen moving, sir. It's looking like a stuck valve.
No, it is not a stuck valve. It is moving. That is okay. That is not the thing. Okay. What else is there? Is the valve? No, if the valve is not moving, will the patient be like this stable? There is no tachycardia. The lung field looks okay. So there is no pulmonary edema. The valve is stuck. So that points also you have to consider. There is no tachycardia, no? And the LV is contracting normally. Yeah. So the lung
So there
fields
is
are
calcification
clear.
in the left atrium.
Very good. Calcification in the left atrium. And what is happening at the apex? Something which I have pointed.
Aneurysm.
Filling defect, sir.
Septal notch, sir.
This one.
Bifid apex.
Bifid. So, if this patient had undergone a previous surgery, the patient had undergone
DORS procedure, sir.
DORS procedure, not DORS procedure.
Okay.
What is DORS procedure? This LV reduction. That is totally different.
Commissurotomy.
What commissurotomy?
Using TUPS dilator, sir. Open commissure.
TUPS dilator. Very good. They put the TUPS dilator through the where do they put the TUPS dilator?
LV apex.
LV apex. They make a hole in the LV apex bursting suture and put the TUPS dilator and dilate the valve. And this patient had what? I wanted to tell you the etiology because the left atrium is calcific, so it is a rheumatic mitral valve, post CMV valve. Okay, post CMV because of the LV bifid apex indicating a previous purse string suture and the calcific left atrium. Okay, this is a post-op MVR for a post CMV patient. Okay, LA calcium, bifid LV apex, telltale evidence of a CM. Okay, this is a 28-year-old male with dyspnea on exertion. What is happening? You concentrate somewhere here. Young male with a dyspnea on exertion.
Yes, sir. This is a lateral view, sir. We can see the catheter.
Lateral view, no, this is an LAO view. It's an LAO view. You can see the spine here.
Cranial, sir.
Cranial view. Yeah.
Yes, sir. The catheter, pictal catheter course is aorta, arch ascending, and then LV, sir. And we can see the LV angiogram, sir. But there is a LVOT obstruction, sir. Looks like a subaortic LVOT obstruction, sir. So most probably it's due to hypertrophic cardiomyopathy.
No, no, what is that obstruction due to? What are you seeing? There's a white
membrane. Yes,
Discrete
sir.
membrane.
Membranes. Subaortic membrane, sir.
Sam.
Hello.
shadow. There is a the mitral curtain is coming and obstructing the LVOT. You can see only a narrow jet here. So once you run, you can see a white curtain coming there, and you can see there very clearly it is seen. If you watch carefully, you can see this point.
Okay, sir.
You can see, that valve is coming and obstructing the LVOT. Very clearly seen. I don't know whether it is visible to you, but see, this is the valve in diastole. See the valve.
Yes, sir. We can see, sir.
So this is the valve coming and obstructing. Okay, so once you run it, you will be a little more clear what is happening. So this is the systolic anterior portion of the mitral valve obstructing the LVOT.
Okay, sir.
Okay, what is this? This is a spotter. Tell me the diagnosis.
Constrictive pericarditis.
Constructive.
It is constrictive
Pericarditis
pericarditis.
calcification.
Due to? Why are you saying it is constrictive pericarditis?
Pericardial calcification is there, sir.
Pericardial
Calcification.
calcification. And?
Sir, pleural thickening at the base of right lung.
Yeah, pleural thickening, lung damage. So evidence of a pulmonary tuberculosis. So this is a classical case of a pericardial calcification. Pericardial calcification, which is seen, which is a better view to see pericardial calcification.
Lateral, sir, and it will be anterior and inferior.
Here you can see a double shadow also indicating a LA enlargement. Okay. Sorry. What is this?
Scimitar, sir. Scimitar syndrome.
Scimitar syndrome. What is scimitar syndrome?
There will be right lung hypoplasia. There will be a PAPVC, sir, of right pulmonary veins, especially particularly the right lower pulmonary vein.
Some
Yes,
shadows
sir.
you are seeing here, no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Anomalous connection of right pulmonary vein to IVC.
To the IVC. Okay. So this is a damaged lung or a hypoplastic, not a damaged lung, it is a hypoplastic lung. You can see the cardiac mediastinum is shifted, the trachea is shifted. Okay. So this is, I'll show you the angiogram of that patient. You see, that pulmonary venous filling.
Yes, sir. From the IVC.
Oh, so what is scimitar? Is a Turkish word. Hypoplastic right lung. ECGs I will skip. Okay. I think we will stop in another 10 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, please come on. Is there a connection problem?
No, sir.
RAO view, sir. Angiogram showing RAO view with a pigtail catheter coursing from the descending aorta, ascending aorta into LV.
Very good.
With hypertrophied, looks like hypertrophied LV, sir. There is also opacification of LA.
I don't know whether it is hypertrophied LV.
There is also opacification of LA, sir, suggestive of mitral. Hello, the image went. There is also opacification of LA, suggestive of mitral regurgitation, and the LVOT obstructed.
What is you tell me the segments and so what happens to the segments?
Okay, yes, sir. The anterobasal segment looks normal, sir.
Okay.
Or The posterior basal segment also looks normal. The anterior segment looks dilated.
Anterolateral.
Anterolateral, sorry. Anterolateral looks dilated.
Not aneurysmal. Aneurysmal which has to go from the plane of the vessel. It is not going out of the plane of the LV. No, it is not aneurysmal. It's akinetic. Okay.
Akinetic. Okay, sir.
Apical segment.
And apical segment is contracting well.
Contracting normally. What has happened to the diaphragmatic segment?
Diaphragmatic segment
is little hypokinetic.
Okay. Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. So there is regional wall motion abnormality, and
Yes,
there is
sir. Involving the
what is the peculiarity of this mitral regurgitation?
Eccentric, the jet.
Usually mitral regurgitation happens in which part of cardiac cycle?
Systolic.
But here what is happening?
Okay.
Now
Diastolic MRs.
there is a diastolic MR. When does diastolic MR happens?
Acute AR and LV desynchrony.
Not LV dysynchrony. LV dysynchrony it can happen, but there is a high LV ED. You can have a
Acute
diastolic
MR.
MR.
Diastolic MR. Sorry.
You can see now the diastolic MR is happening. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. So this is actually a Takotsubo which is recovering. Usually the Takotsubo start recovering from the apex down towards the mid part. So we have done this angiogram 2 weeks later in the phase. So this is the Takotsubo, recovering Takotsubo.
Okay.
Okay. I'll skip this. Okay, what is this? You want to skip this and go to angio? I will do. You want to see this?
OCT, we'll see, sir. Please.
Yeah, okay. Those who are not answering can put off their mics.
OCT. This is a.
Yeah. Yeah, tell me.
Instant restenosis.
Instant restenosis of what?
Bare metal stent.
Image.
Huh? What is this gaps?
Bioabsorbable stents.
Bioabsorbable stent because of. Tell me two things which is this is a bioabsorbable stent. Two reasons.
The largest strut size.
Huh?
Thicker struts.
Thicker strut. What is the thickness of biovascular scaffold?
150 microns.
150 microns. What is the thickness of usual stents?
60 to 80 microns.
60 to
90.
60 to 90.
And this is a thicker strut. And also, one more thing to say that it is not a metal stent. There is no shadowing of the
Metal shadowing.
Usually there will be a metal shadowing. It is not seen. Why do you say there is a shadow? Because there is intimal hyperplasia. You can see that there is significant intimal growth here, no? So there here also you can see the longitudinal section also you can see there is significant intimal overgrowth. So there is a
Neointimal
hyperplasia.
Restenosis. Okay. What is this device?
ASD. Amplets.
ASD.
ASD.
Okay, what is the ASD device? Which rim is more left atrial or right atrial?
Left atrial.
Right.
Left. It is not ASD.
PFO.
Left atrial.
PFO, ASD. So tell that which this is a device And what is the other difference between a PFO device and a AST device? What about the rim, which has a thinner, not rim, that connecting part?
PFO has a
PF.
See the connecting joint, no? For device, the right atrial disc is more, left atrial disc is small. Okay, ASD, the left atrial disc is more, the right atrial disc is smaller. Okay. So don't jump into conclusions and say that it is ASD and all. What is Conar device?
It's for VSD closure.
VSD
And what is
closure.
the difference of Conar device with other devices?
It can be assessed from both the ends.
Who has developed a Conar device?
Care hospital. Nageshwar.
Nageshwar Rao.
Nageshwar Rao, he is my batchmate. He has developed the device. Okay. Okay, what is this device?
Left atrial appendage. Appendage.
What are the two types of devices and all? I am not going to the details. You can read. Two types of ASD appendage closures are there. Yeah, which are the
Watchman device.
Lariat.
Lariat is totally different. Lariat is totally different. It is not device or ST? Lariat is it a device or something else?
Lariat is it's an external occluder.
It's an external. It is totally different from a device. It is a type of a device, but it is not actually like an umbrella device. What are the two umbrella devices? Watchman and
Amplatz plug occluder.
Okay, this you want or we skip? You want this?
We'll skip, sir. Trace. No, sir. Tracings we are taking differently, sir.
Tracing you are taking differently. Different session is there.
Pneumopericardium.
Yes. Yes.
Post device.
Pneumopericardium.
Pneumo?
It's a device there and a pneumopericardium.
Only pneumopericardium.
Pneumoperitoneum is also there.
Pneumoperitoneum. Okay. Pneumoperitoneum. Okay. And there is a, what is this, the device or what is this?
Valve, ball and tissue.
Ball and valves.
Okay. This we have already seen, I think. This already we have seen. Okay, this I don't know what it is. Okay, we'll skip. Okay. Discuss this X-ray. Yeah. Yeah, discuss
Again,
X-ray.
there is a right aortic arch, sir. X-ray just PA view.
Okay.
Showing a right aortic arch, sir. There is an indentation on the right side of the trachea.
Okay, right aortic arch.
Then
What about the lung fields? Vascularity.
lung. Okay, that's a concave pulmonary base, sir.
Okay, what is
It's
it?
concave.
What is the apex?
Pulmonary atresia, sir.
RV apex.
Pulmonary atresia.
Is it
was
pulmonary
it? Is it
atresia?
Laterality of angle with a right arm.
Top with the pulmonary atresia.
Pulmonary atresia with a right arm. Decreased pulmonary blood flow
Yes,
situation. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sorry.
Okay, this one.
Abdominal situs inversus, sir.
Situs versus
Rhythrosine versus
with the
dextrocardia.
dextrocardia.
With the CT ratio around 0.6, sir.
Around 60%. What about the pulmonary artery?
It is dilated, sir.
Dilated, and the pulmonary
Even right descending pulmonary artery is also dilated.
Okay. What about the pulmonary blood flow? Decreased, increased?
It appears plethoric, sir.
Plethoric, multiple endon views. So it is what is most likely?
Sir, it is shunt lesion, sir, probably.
Which shunt lesion? ASD, VSD, PDA?
So
Common atrium is common. ASD.
Common atrium.
ASD.
ASD.
ASD, you say the things. No, common atrium is rare. You say ASD. ASD is most likely because of the cardiomegaly, large pulmonary arteries, plethora. Okay, what is this?
AV canal defect, sir.
AV canal defect. Why the aorta and the mitral and the aortic, the tricuspid valves are the same. It is different in different planes, no?
ASD.
Gutenberger syndrome.
VSD.
Okay, there's a mitral valve thickened. There's a turbulence here, and there is an ASD. Okay, what is this procedure being done?
RVOT stenting.
RVOT stenting. Where is RVOT? Where is the pulmonary artery? It's the pulmonary artery. Where is the RVOT?
PDA stenting. PDA stenting.
The PDA stenting. So access is from the subclavian, and we are sending the PDA. So that is what. Don't jump into conclusions. Don't say RVOT stenting because it's totally different. So see the angiogram and see from where the catheter is coming, where is the wire, all those things. Okay, what is the diagnosis? So I will stop. Already 2 hours.
Takayasu arthritis. Takayasu arthritis.
Indicated by?
Stenosis of the left subclavian artery origin and brachiocephalic artery origin.
Okay. What is that?
Stenting.
Stenting.
Okay, what is this?
Figure of 8
TAPVC.
appearance. Supracardiac TAPVC.
Supracardiac TAPVC, plethora, cardiomegaly.
Plethora. Obstructive type of TAPVC.
Okay, this is, I don't know whether it is clear to you. Okay, we'll skip that. Okay, what is this?
Twiddler syndrome.
Twiddler syndrome, why?
The pulse generator is out of the position.
Pulse generator is the
And
normal,
there is
normally pacing. There is no problem.
ELSVC. ELSVC to
the
Left SVC to
left SVC. Okay. Left
coronary sinus to LV.
Okay, that is what we have already seen. No, one case of left SVC. This is to the RA. This is coming to the left SVC to RA to RV2, the RVOT for pacing. Okay. What is a real syndrome and what is Twiddler syndrome? What is the difference? Who answered Twiddler?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what is a real syndrome?
No idea, sir.
Very similar to Twiddler. Twiddler, the patient takes the rotates the pacemaker in the plane of his body. The real syndrome, he takes it perpendicular to the body and rotates it. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
What is this? I think we will stop with this.
Epicardial pacing. Chest X-ray,
Epicardial pacing.
PA view. Chest
There are so
X-ray,
many
PA
other things.
view with.
No?
Yes, sir.
Don't
There is situs inversus.
Yeah, situs inversus.
Situs inversus dextrocardia.
Okay.
Then
Post-op status. Sternal wires.
Sternal wires are there. Post cardiac surgery. Corrective surgery.
Yeah. Epicardial pacing means you have to do. Yeah.
Aorta is forming the left border, sir.
Okay.
CCTGA.
CCTGA with AV block has undergone a pacemaker.
Yeah. So what is the epicardial pacing? What is the difference of this epicardial from the usual epicardial leads? Usually, where is it paced? Have you seen epicardial leads? RV. So here, where is it paced? Both in the atrium and the ventricle. So it is like a dual chamber epicardial pacing. Atrium and ventricle is paced. Usually we will pace only the surface of the RV, no? Here it is and there is some device here also that we will see. Okay, we'll stop. Probably this is the last.
Sir, yes, ending.
You start from the beginning. Start from the situs. All those things. No, you will miss so many things. No. Start from the bony cage.
Situs inversus.
All those things. No, otherwise you will miss so many things. Yeah. Situs
inversus.
Situs inversus. Levocardia or testocardia?
Levocardia.
Levocardia. Because of?
Apex is in the left.
You don't know apex, but the diaphragm is lower. Okay. And what is there? What is the stent? What is the arch?
Right aortic arch.
Right-sided aortic arch.
RPS stenting.
RPS stenting. Okay.
RPS stenting.
Okay, shall we stop now? 2 hours. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that hardware part we will take on another day, next week or something. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Sure.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
You have any doubts?
Thank you, sir.
Just email me.
Sir,
Thank you, sir.
One doubt. Sir, in the case of ball and cage valve, is it anything like four like in the case of mitral position and aortic position, to differentiate, it will have four strut this thing and 3 struts, something like that, is there, sir?
I don't know. I am not aware of anything like that. And I think it depends on the size of the valve, because the mitral sizes are bigger. It may have 4 spokes. I don't know.
Even in aortic position also the one which contains 4 struts can be used, no, sir?
I don't know.
Because somewhere I read like that.
I'm not aware about such things. I don't know. I can check and tell you. Frankly, I don't know.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Any more doubts, anyone?
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Or something would have been discussed.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll yes, sir.
So you can mail me. Although I will. My email ID you must be, or I can type in my email ID. So if
okay, sir. Okay.
Just give me a feedback of. Okay.